Okay, let's just dive right in. For more than a decade, it's been the one question on every gamer's mind, and now the countdown is finally on. We're talking, of course, about Grand Theft Auto 6. This isn't just a game anymore, it's a full-blown cultural event. But the road to actually getting it in our hands is proving to be just as wild as anything we're going to see on screen.
After all those years of speculation, the leaks, the endless rumors, this is the number that matters. 2026. Rockstar Games has officially put a pin in it, and just that one date has set the entire industry on fire, setting the stage for what is probably going to be the biggest entertainment launch we've ever seen.
And that's really the heart of what we're talking about today. You've got this incredible, unprecedented level of hype, and it is on a collision course with some very real-world problems. Everything from labor disputes to big changes in how games are even shown online. So this isn't just a story about a game, it's about the massive stakes of making entertainment in today's world.
So first things first, let's just talk about that hype. Why is the entire world so completely obsessed with this game? It's been over 10 years since GTA 5. That hunger for what's next has just reached an absolute fever pitch.
And if you want a perfect example of this, check this out. An image of a GTA 6 billboard in Times Square just blew up online. Everyone thought, here we go, the massive ad campaign is starting. But the reality? It was old footage from months ago. It just shows you how starving the community is for any little scrap of information.
Okay, so let's cut through all the rumors and the noise. What do we actually for sure know about the game that Rockstar is building?
Well, we know it's set in the state of Leonida, which is basically Rockstar's over-the-top satirical version of modern-day Florida. So you can just imagine a world that's making fun of everything from influencer culture to all those bizarre Florida man headlines that we see every single day.
And right in the heart of Leonida, we are making a huge, long-awaited return to a fan-favorite spot, the neon-drenched streets of Vice City. For longtime fans, this is a massive deal. It's kind of like going home, if your hometown was a chaotic, stylish, 80s-inspired paradise.
And for the first time in the series, we're not just getting one main character, but two. A playable duo, Lucia Caminos and Jason Duval. And it sounds like the whole dynamic between them is going to be right at the center of the story.
So why go back to Vice City? Well, according to Rockstar's co-founder Dan Houser, it's all about that tension, that mix of glamour and underworld. It's just the perfect place to explore that blend of high-end, beautiful living and the gritty criminal world that, let's be honest, is Grand Theft Auto. But this is where that shiny, perfect vision of the game slams right into reality. Because behind the slick trailer and all the cool details, the actual development of GTA 6 is hitting some serious turbulence. So a pretty big controversy has popped up with the UK Workers' Union. The union is claiming that Rockstar fired over 30 employees because they were trying to organize. Rockstar and its parent company Take-Two have come out and said, no, that's not what happened. They're saying the firings were for gross misconduct and had absolutely nothing to do with any union activities. It's a huge he said, she said that's kicked off a major debate about labor rights in the whole industry.
And then there's this potential headache. See, just a few months before GTA 6 is supposed to launch, YouTube is tightening its rules about graphic violence in gaming videos. And GTA is, well, it's GTA. So this could seriously mess with how the game gets streamed and reviewed and promoted online, which is a massive part of any big game launch these days.
And then, of course, there's the money. Not just how many billions the game is going to make, but how much it's going to cost you to even play it. So we've been hearing this a lot lately. These huge games cost a fortune to make, so maybe they should cost more to buy. There's been a lot of chatter about a new $100 price tag. But are gamers actually ready to shell out that kind of money for one game, even for something as huge as GTA 6?
Well, the data on this is really interesting. Take a look. At the current $70 price, about 60% of gamers surveyed said, yep, I'd buy it. But if you jack that price up to $100, wow, that number drops like a rock, all the way down to 35%. That is a huge chunk of your audience to risk losing right on day one.
So the main thing to remember is that even though we have a release year, the story of GTA 6 is far from over. There's still a bunch of really important things we need to keep an eye on as we get closer to 2026.
So yeah, these are the big ones we're watching. When are we actually going to see gameplay? How's Rockstar going to handle this whole labor dispute situation? What will that final price tag land on? Are these streaming rules going to be a problem?
And maybe the biggest question of all, can they actually hit that 2026 date without another delay? Any one of these things could completely change the story. And really, that leaves us with this one big final thought. When it's all over, when we're finally driving around the streets of Vice City, what's this game's legacy going to be? Is it going to be remembered for its incredible, groundbreaking world? Or will its story always be tangled up with the real-world controversies and the industry drama that happened while it was being made? I guess we'll have to wait and see.